Hi, welcome to the Culinary Classroom. I'm Michelle Bisbee, Culinary Specialist with the Maine Department of Education's Child Nutrition Programs. Today we're going to focus a little bit more on your menu planning and presentation of your meals. One thing that you should always remember is kids truly eat with their eyes first. So if a meal isn't standing out to them, they're probably going to think that it's not really that great. One of these examples I know isn't the norm that you'd see, but it really is something I have seen on a menu. Here I've put together a chicken Alfredo, so it's a fettuccine Alfredo with a roasted chicken on the side, served with mashed potatoes and pears. First off, that's a very heavy meal for a kid. Not only do you have the pasta, but then you have the potatoes. Another thing to look at when you see this plate is it is all pretty much the same color. It just kind of blends into a sea of beige. By making a couple of small adjustments to your menu, you can make your meals really pop and stand out. Here on this plate, we still have quite a bit of beige and yellow, but we got that addition of the red pepper, which helps that color pop a little bit more. Another thing you can do if you're going to serve this with an applesauce like I have here is take some spice blend that we have, and you can just kind of dash it on top. Not only does it make the applesauce look a little bit more dressed up, but it gives it a little bit more flavor as well. Another option that we have here is serving your fettuccine Alfredo or chicken Alfredo with a wonderful Caesar salad. It gives a nice pop of green. Here I've opted, instead of doing either pears or applesauce, to do strawberries. USDA offers a frozen strawberry cup, which still gives that bright red color to your plate, and it really does look a lot more appetizing for the kids to eat. Another simple and common meal choice that you see very often is just a roasted chicken. Of course, on this plate, we don't have the grain. This would easily be served with a dinner roll or a breadstick of some sort. Once again here, we have that chicken served with a mashed potato, which flavor-wise, but again, you have that plate of beige, especially when you pair it with something like a canned pear. Here, I have simply swapped the pears out for strawberries, the potatoes out for peppers. They can serve with a little ranch dressing. Kids really love that fresh vegetable flavor, and that pop of color really makes it look a lot better. Of course, a couple of other things you could do is you could serve it with a baked potato with some cheese sprinkled on top. That would help give it a little bit more color as well. Or some broccoli even. Bring some green to the plate, really make it pop. Another common meal we see served in schools is cheeseburgers. This is almost a weekly staple in a lot of schools, and even at high schools, it might be a daily offering. Of course, cheeseburger and french fries, classic combination. But if you serve that with diced pears, you end up with, once again, a plate full of beige. Doesn't really stand out, doesn't really look that great eye-appealing wise. Couple of things you could do is either swap out those french fries for a nice salad, make it a nice lighter meal. You got that bright green color going on there. Or you could actually swap out your french fries for a sweet potato fry, or in this case we have a sweet potato tot, which is wonderful. It gives a nice sweet flavor. It hits your red-orange veg, which is always a higher requirement throughout the week than the rest of your vegetables. And here we got some fresh strawberries. Of course, we know that you guys get the USDA frozen strawberry cups. Those would work wonderful here as well. You still get that nice bright red color on the plate. You know, even just adding a slice of lettuce and a slice of tomato to this, just to give it a little bit more color, is going to make your cafeteria food look a lot more like restaurant quality food. A lot of times, not only do the kids eat with their eyes, but they take pictures. They post things on social media. If they're posting things that look like it came out of a restaurant and it came out of your kitchen, everybody's going to be talking about the wonderful food that you serve. So now that we've taken a few minutes to talk about making sure your food looks good coming out of your kitchen, let's talk about a couple of other things. One of the things that we see that we sorely lack in the state of Maine is promoting your program, letting people know what you're serving. Sometimes it's as simple as starting an Instagram page if your district will allow you to have a social media page. Taking that quick picture, just describing what's on the menu for today and posting it so people can see what is coming out of your kitchens. A lot of times It's hearsay. One kid might not like the meal you're serving just because they might be a picky eater. They tell one person and another one, and like a game of telephone, it has changed so much by the time it gets to the end and they only got one chicken nugget served to them as their entire lunch. Show people what you are doing. Take that time to show them the fresh strawberries that you're serving, the fresh peppers that you're serving, with a nice dip, the fact that you're making homemade cheeseburgers, a nice fettuccine Alfredo. Show them this. People will not know what you're doing unless you tell them. A couple of little more tips. Obviously, fresh strawberries can be kind of expensive depending on the time of year. And if you really can't purchase enough for your entire student body to have fresh strawberries, a couple of things you can do is actually chop them up and mix them in with your canned pears. You could also do this with your canned pineapple. Little things like that will add that pop of color, that pop of freshness, and the kids will think they're getting a great treat for the day. You can do that with any of your vegetables that you serve. Serving fresh peppers, you might not have enough for everybody, but if you add them in with some carrot sticks, some celery, things like that, they have a nice crudité, and they think they're getting a wonderful treat once again. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can supplement your canned vegetables, canned fruits with fresh. You can mix that in there to get that brightness. Serve mashed potatoes. Yes, the kids love them, but also offer them some broccoli on the side of that too, so you get that bright green color. It's looking at those little things that can put your menu up over the top and really get people talking about what you're doing in your kitchens.